Alright, welcome back to the finals, or pardon me, sorry, the semifinals.
Whoa!
Oh, forsooth. Well, I guess it's the final day of the Halo Koreans tournament, which does make me a little bit sad, because we won't be able to see James again for a bit of time. But, it's like the Pac-Man noise when you die, like, waka, 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 waka. Anyways, spotted at the top right corner of the map, it's going to be TCM's recent badass pickup. It's going to be the blue Zerg player, Soulkey.
James' turn?
No, it's your turn.
Okay. In the bottom left as the red Zerg, it's DongRaeGu.
That was like such a Midwestern mom accent, like DongRaeGu, go to your room.
No, it wasn't. I could try and do that.
Just a DRG, it sounds cooler,
I thought that
okay?
was a legitimate attempt.
I thought it was too, I wasn't sure what was going on. But, alright, so Invasion Esports has already got one player in the finals, maybe they'll get two, I don't know. Soulkey has been impressing the crap out of me in this tournament, though. Not to say that I'm surprised, Soulkey's such a fantastic player, so is DRG, but I think just Soulkey, in my opinion, kind of had like the breakout performance in this group. He pulled off a lot of cool stuff. His Swarm hosts were delicious to watch, but at the same time, DRG did these really cool things against all sorts of protests. Didn't waste any time whatsoever, just jumped to a third instead of his natural. I mean, he had a pretty cool group stage. I really wonder which of these guys is not just better suited for each other here in the semifinals, but to fight Super in the grand finals.
Have we seen Super PvZ?
Yes. Against DRG, and he lost 2-0.
I was gonna say, are you asking that we have if we had a Zerg in these groups, Zombie Grove? Even when we don't have qualifiers for Zergs, we still end up with a ton of them. Ugh.
But funny thing is, DRG actually hasn't played against Zerg in this tournament up until now.
I gotta ask, is that like, did you make notes for this? Is that what you're reading?
Yeah.
That's actually super cool, man. I love the extra effort.
The passion.
I thought you were reading bills or something. I don't know. Like at first, I thought it was like the opposite of passion. Like you were doing something other than like what we're casting. That's so cool.
Well, I wrote down who played against who, the map vetoes, map picks, and stuff like that, to see if there are anything interesting to say about him. Really, but haven't seen anything interesting yet. So.
Yeah, the first matchup actually. Don't crumble it up, man. I was complimenting your paper of notes. Apollo does stuff like that too, man. All the best people do. I actually, you know what? I actually remember when I started casting, I wanted to make all these notes and have specific cool things to say about the players. But then we were either not casting anyone notable to make these notes about, or once we finally were casting people like DRG, we were casting like 5 events back to back, and I didn't have time to prepare anything. I never got to be the notepad guy, dude. So it's respect and jealousy and envy.
Pays to be so jobless and free all the goddamn times.
Just like rain. Telling you, man, if you guys don't know, the stupid James guy lives in the same province as me, but he can't be bothered to come to my house and hang out. God, do some real StarCraft, dude. Oh, whoa, hold up. Why is he going so queen heavy?
Well, why not?
I mean, like 4 queens.
Nidus Swarm. Come on, man, it's Soulkey.
Well, I'm just saying, like 4 queens off of not gasless. I guess like DRG's also doing that. Okay,
He's actually not getting gas in terms of getting speed, though. Like, it's not gasless, you're right, but he's not bothering to get speed, so when you're looking for a quick player...
Roach Warren soon?
Yeah, it's gonna be something soon. Like, what's it gonna be? There's so much gas.
It's almost gotta be a Roach Warren, but I would love if this did end up being a Nidus Swarm. Just, like, James kinda calls it as a joke, but it's like serious
Why not
mode.
both?
If you want to get queens across the map.
Roach Warren and a Nidus.
Alright, layer starts out for DRG a little bit faster than Soulkey. Anyways, 4 queens I don't think is like that insane by any stretch of the imagination. I just didn't expect him to go so heavy. Like game 1, you see that aggression, so game 2 you play a little bit heavier on the queens. Like they came into this already playing extra queen heavy. Like you don't see that too often in these best of series.
The only difference from DRG is that he made the lings and he did speed upgrades. Other than that, everything looks almost the same.
Yeah. I always like the person who gets speed more than the person.
Soulkey's taking more gases.
2 more, yeah.
Is this gonna be 2 base mutas?
No.
No, he's gonna Roach Warren in the Eva chamber.
I've never seen someone do a fake Roach Warren, although it'd be kind of cool.
I mean, it doesn't cost that much.
Because he's been mining a lot of gases, right?
Yeah. Well, here comes the roaches. So yeah, +1 range weapons for both players. Third place from DRG, take it significantly earlier though, and I actually don't know if Soulkey's got vision on this. Okay, he just barely does with that overload, like 1 pixel.
Yeah, even if he did, it doesn't matter. Well, he does, so it doesn't matter though. Like, what is he gonna do about it? He's the same Roach production, even though DRG got the speed, so he spent more money, just barely. He still has enough for like a defender's advantage.
Oh, this is cool. He's not just gonna match the third; he's gonna beat him by taking the gold.
See, this is dangerous because DRG is the one who like can actually risk making like 20 lings and run around Soulkey. I mean, it's always a risk, like whether or not he takes the gold or the regular third.
Where are these queens going?
They were killing overlords, but as they continue advancing forward, they'll be able to reinforce the roaches. A couple transfuses, a bit of extra damage. Attack this gold.
This gold's not gonna get up. Roaches aren't in position. Gonna be targeted before he gets there.
I feel like it shouldn't get up. Like, not to say that it won't, but it shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't. The roaches do take down those rocks, but yeah, without his own queens, he just barely can't take this, I think. Like, super barely.
It looks like, because I was thinking more like Soulkey could just like snipe it and leave, but maybe he wants to actually protect the queens. Not leave them behind.
I mean, 3 of them on the front lines. This really, Sanai used to do this, but with like a spine collar brought across the map too, so this is not so weird to see the queens like this. Battle queens transfusing left and right. I mean, DRG's got 1 less roach, but he's got 2, like an extra queen in here. Yeah, I think he had 2 more transfuses than his opponent coming into the fight, but just barely. I don't think this is going to take out defender's advantage. And the problem is he doesn't kill that gold base for this, so this attack becomes really, really not worth it, devoting so much to this front lines.
Yeah, I really wish he had just sniped it and left. I mean, it would have been better not to bring the queens at that point. Like, I think he wanted to keep the queens alive because he was thinking, man, if I have 3 queens here, lovely transfuses, I can take a fight no problem. But obviously that wasn't the case, and he gets pushed back, loses all his queens, and lets his opponent have a gold base, which he immediately saturates.
Yeah, that's Soulkey really did a great job by keeping his head cool when that attack came. Instead of going around, he just waited until he broke through the rocks. So, ooh, where are you going?
Misclick. No, but you're right. That was cool. Like we're sitting here kind of criticizing DRG, but that was a great defense out of Soulkey. I mean, he even pulled some of the roaches back on the left side that were getting low. A little bit of micro towards the end of that fight really looked nice. But I mean, beating out, it sounds silly, guys, but if you got even roach counts, but your opponent has more transfuses, it's like an extra life. It's like having an extra roach. I mean, DRG should have taken a bit of an easier fight. I felt like I don't think he was ever going to win that. Defender's advantage was always going to win that fight, but yeah, good to hold out of Soulkey.
Yeah. It may not be obvious the benefits of a gold base yet, but it will be soon. Additionally, Soulkey, you know, he went ahead and plopped down that second Evo chamber, so he's going to have better upgrades. Time goes on, actually contaminated DRGs. That's why it stopped the production tab.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit annoying. The thing about the gold too, I mean, as you said, we're not going to see immediate returns on this, but with an extra 200, 100 minerals per minute income, I mean, that's an extra roach here or there, squeezes it out over 5 minutes. Suddenly, you've got that army that can take on your opponent. Suddenly, you've got that overwhelming roach lead. And the upgrades are so similar, and Soulkey's actually going to get that +1 over DRG as well. So, just lots of things going well for Soulkey right now. Blue thing is creep threat, not too bad either.
DRG's creep spreads, it's actually almost look like it's gonna help Soulkey, if anything.
It's hard to say in DBZ at all times, but it's usually always just because like it gives you vision. If it's roach versus roach, if it's different compositions, then you know that's different whether or not you get creep.
All right, so it's more roaches for DRG, but Soulkey's trying to drag him back to fight in the defender's fight. I mean, defender's advantage is seriously worth 10 plus roaches, plus the spine collar, plus the queens. I mean, there's a lot of reinforcements that are going to be coming in, and the sooner you get them to those front lines, the way more important it's going to be. This might seem like one of those boring roach versus roach games, but there's been a lot going on in the background to make this get to this point. And of course, those upgrades for Soulkey, so close to finishing, so close to being done. Did DRG?
Never know what's gonna happen.
DRG just canceled
+2.
Yeah, to get a couple more roaches out. That's kind of a cool move. So now he's got 11 more on the production tab, 13 coming across the map. The actual roach count is not quite in his favor anymore. That spine collar added a lot of extra pepper to that fight. These queens, well, this queen period, can be a little too much. DRG knows that GG is called, and Soulkey, ladies and gentlemen, will take game number 1.